YouTube friends. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I said I was going to do a video every month. I'm a little late. Where are we at? The 6th of May. I was supposed to have done one in April. So, well, it's sort of the same. Anyway, I hope you all had a wonderful time since I last spoke to you and that you've all got lots of stitching done and, you know, went on retreats and had a blast. I, on the other hand, have not really done much, so this is going to be like the shortest video alive. So, but I promised that I was going to try and do a video every month. I'm sort of trying to stick to it, no matter whether I've got stitching to show you or not. So, what to tell you? Nothing much really has happened. I've been super busy. I'll talk about that in a bit. So let's just crack on with what I can show you, which is not a lot. Okay, so I apologise in advance, but you know how it is. Everything else takes precedence. So, what have I done? Right, we have the Spring Cricket Collection piece that I was working on. I've done a bit more. It still is precariously, sorry, it's the dog. It's still precariously on this frame and I haven't done anything with the fabric, so apologies for the way that this is laid out. And this, maybe I should take it off and show you. Let's do it the easy way. You can see that I'm ever so prepared for this video, as always. Right, here it goes. It's just been so busy. Too busy. In all not the right ways. Well, that's not strictly true. But we're having lovely weather, and obviously as soon as the weather's nice, then, you know, it just seems wrong somehow to be indoors stitching when it should really be outside enjoying the weather. Do you know what? I can't get this off the frame. Oh, there we go. Okay, so where have we got to? So this is the grand total of what I've managed to achieve, which is not a lot. As you can see, I'm just working on the P. I've managed the picket fence, the flowers, just started the P. I think the last time you saw it, I was doing the R. Thank you to everybody that commented about the situation with the pieces that were hanging. So let me see if I can show it to you. These bits here, I don't even think you can see it. Let me see if I can get up close and personal with you. So I was having a problem with that little bit there. I don't know if you can see it, the little stitches that go down from the cloud. Like I said, the fabric colour doesn't lend itself well to that particular colour. But I got so many suggestions about using Krennic and Petite Treasure Braid that I decided to go with one strand of the sky blue colour and one strand of, I think I went with Treasure Braid, I think, to do it. It probably doesn't look that good further away on the camera, but in real life it actually looks really nice. Because it's delicate enough that you can see a little bit of sparkle, so it looks like raindrops. But yeah, I mean, I've still got, I think, one more stitch for the little birdie, which is sitting on the picket fence there. And we finished the flowers, and we're just working on the P. So this, I've got to be honest, I'm really loving working on this piece, really liking working on this piece. And I think that's because I've been so busy and I'm struggling to find time and know that I've got time and I'm not too tired to sort of do too much. I can pick a bit and just stitch it, and because it's like there's not really many colour changes or anything like that, it's just something that I'll do sort of 10-20 stitches in the evening, and then I'm like, oh, I'm too tired, and I'll put it away and just lounge about for half an hour before it's time for bed. So I'm really enjoying working on that one, purely from the perspective that I think it's because it's easier to stitch on currently with my current circumstances and the amount of stitching that I can actually get done. I think when I know I've got big chunks of time, I like working on my bigger projects. The only other thing that I did, I say put some stitches in, wouldn't really call it put stitches in, that I don't know, I did maybe 10, 12 possible stitches, and that's on the lovely Grace Faces. It's not that it's burnt me out, well, it has, because I know that the bit that I'm working on now is just a load of confetti that finishes the face, and I'll be fine once I get more into the face so that I can get a blast going, but at the minute it's not much of a blast going. It's all sort of like one strand of this and one strand of that. So this is where I've got to. Like I said, that's the end of the pattern there, I think. I think I've got to go down one more section there, and that's where it comes across. Again, it's just, I'm struggling to, because it's confetti and it's on the corner. Once I get a bit more of the face and finish her nose and her mouth, I think that will go faster because there's a little bit more actual same colour stitching. But I'm loving it, and I really can't wait to get it done, but it's the time that it takes to do it. You know, when I do this piece, I need to know that I'm wide awake, my eyeballs are working, and that I've got plenty of time, because I sort of put 10 stitches in this, it doesn't look like anything. You know, you put 10 stitches every night into my spring piece, and before you know it, you've got another letter done. So that's sort of, I think, how my brain is sort of working with these projects right now, is that time is exceptionally limited. See, look, just to prove the point, everyone, this is the back of my Grace Faces. Look at the state of that. Would you look? It's not quite the same as the back of the Twisted Bad Sampler, is it? But that's the front. So let's worry about the front. So yeah, we're sort of getting there. Sort of getting there. That's it. Might as well just have a sip of your cup of tea now. That's the grand total of the whole of April and the whole of May. Well, say the whole of May. The whole of April and the beginning of May. That's as much as I've achieved. There's no round of applause going, is there? No, I wasn't feeling it either. It's probably one of the reasons why, although I know I needed to do a video in April, I thought, well, is there really any point? I've got nothing to show. But I promised I was going to do it regardless whether I had something to show or not, so I've shown you. There you go. What else to tell you? There's a couple of bits that I wanted to just run through. So I got a lovely gift. So you remember the lovely Yasmin that gifted me all of those wonderful charts. Where I've been working so much and I've got different messengers, I hadn't been on Messenger, so I didn't see anything. And then all of a sudden, when I've switched over to the other messenger service, there was a message from her saying, Teresa, I was going to send something in the post to you. And I was like, oh, I haven't answered her. Well, before I knew it, or before I knew anything, the same morning that I've looked at the message is the same morning that all of a sudden delivery man turns up. Says, I've got a parcel for you. I'm thinking, I haven't got any parcels coming. I haven't ordered anything. The lovely, lovely Yasmin has gifted me one of the bead storage units, which, if she saw the amount of beads I've got, she would know how appreciative I am of this. One of these days I will show you all my beads, but maybe I'll wait until I've loaded them all into these so that it doesn't look so bad, because I've got so many beads. Because I've done beading before I was doing stitching, it's almost like a hoarding stash. I've got more beads than I'm ever going to need. So, but obviously you've all seen these before. So it comes in a big case, loads and loads of compartments for loads and loads of beads. What's not to like? So Yasmin, thank you so much, but you really shouldn't. I feel really bad, actually, because you keep sending me all this gorgeous stuff, and I'm like, but I don't have anything to give back because I don't stash anything. I don't have anything. You know, I buy what I stitch. There's not really much that I buy that I don't stitch. You know, I've got a couple of charts, but again, they're all electronic. But I really am appreciative, so thank you so much. And don't worry, it will definitely go to good use. I've got millions of beads, so thank you so much. What else to say? went away on a fabulous weekend with my lovely friend Mary Perkins, who I go on my stitchy retreats with. We decided that we was going to go on a long weekend, and we ended up going to Longleat Centre Parks, which was, don't get me wrong, lots of kids there, and it just so happened that it was during school holidays, so there was just like millions of little mini people running around, but to be honest, we didn't really venture out that much. We went to stitch. We did do a little bit of stitching, but to be honest, we done more eating, more talking, more YouTubing. Yeah. Oh, and we did some decoupage just to, you know, change things up a little bit. And we talked makeup and face products and, you know, skincare regimes. So we went with the intention that it was going to be a stitchy weekend, and between the pair of us, I reckon we put maybe 50 stitches in between us. But we absolutely had a blast. And we went for a little walk, and it was beautiful. There was like waterfalls, and you know, I mean, lots of hills. Oh, and we had a spa. So on our day of arrival, we went to the spa. We had a facial and a body massage. And reflexology, which was fabulous. It was just what I needed to unwind, to prepare myself for the relaxing weekend, and that is exactly what we did. There was lots of sleeping, lots of eating, lots of chatting, you know, girl chat, lots of looking at YouTube, and we did a little bit of walking and a little bit of stitching. So but we did have an absolute blast, and definitely do it again. Mary, we have to do it again. So yes, so that really is all I have to tell you. I've been super busy. Work is ridiculously busy. I'm now doing a project on top of what I do anyway, which has just made it so that I'm really busy. At last, the good weather has arrived. Hallelujah. We're in the middle of a bank holiday weekend heat wave, which is unheard of. And apparently tomorrow we've got record temperatures coming. So I think about 26, 27 degrees possibly, if we're lucky. And obviously being in the sunny south, I do get the good bits of the weather. So I'm really looking forward to that. But because of the weather, the garden has required lots of work. So, you know, the greenhouse just went crazy. So obviously I had to get out there and do that, because otherwise I'd lose all my plants. My dahlias started shooting all by themselves, and I'm thinking, I haven't divided them and I haven't took my cuttings. So I was cutting, you know, taking cuttings like mad. Then obviously all my seeds just sort of appeared from nowhere. So that was all just, and then obviously the amount of watering that I need to do, because all of a sudden the temperature has gone from sort of like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 degrees to all of a sudden we've jumped up to like 24, 25 degrees. Plants love it. It just makes for a lot of work. At the end of this video, I will, because a lot of people sort of said when I showed them the summer video of the garden and the flowers that I've got, they've said, oh, you know, I want to see what you've planted for the spring. So haven't got any video footage, unfortunately, just haven't had time. I've got a couple of snapshots, so what I might do is, for those that are interested in the garden and what's growing in the garden in spring, or now anyway, I'll put a little picture slideshow at the end so that you can see it. So yeah, so obviously the garden has took up loads of my time. Hubby's gone away to Italy, so he's gone away racing. And you would think that I would get lots of stitching done, because I've had Friday, Saturday, Sunday and tomorrow to my utter self. But by the time I'd done the gardening, planted out, moved stuff to harden off, mowed the lawn, done the housework, done the washing, popped out for lunch with a friend today and sort of spent the afternoon with her, before you know it, I've only got one day, which is tomorrow, which I intend to just lay in the sun and do nothing. I haven't really, again, barely any stitching. I mean, I'm coming in and thinking, oh, there's loads of things that I need to do. So I do all those things, and then by the time I actually look at my stitching, I'm like, oh no, I'm just going to go and lay in bed. Let's just lay in bed. So So yeah, but I will stitch when I get round to stitching. I haven't lost my stitchy bug. In fact, it's sort of at points I'm sitting there thinking, you know, I'm torn between the garden and my stitching. You know, you'd think like, oh, we'll do gardening through the day and in the evening do your stitching. But by the time I come in from the garden after lugging everything around and, you know, bending over and digging and all that sort of stuff, I'm like, I don't fancy stitching now. My back hurts, so I need to lay down and put my feet up. So yeah, but it's always the same. Between now and sort of July, August, my stitching just sort of, you know, I'll stitch if I get a chance. If we've got really crappy weather, then I'll stitch. If we've got fabulous weather, I'm in the garden. And obviously I love the sun, so I like to sit out in the garden in the sun. And I can't stitch in the sun. So that's what I've been up to. Like I said, you know, I haven't really got anything to tell you other than my life. So I'll tell you my life. So hope you're having a lovely stitchy time and listening to Teresa waffling on about her life as usual. What else? I've had some thoughts. Shock horror. I'm really struggling, if I'm honest. Now that obviously I'm working full time and I'm, you know, spending more time in London than I was before, with the gardening and just general stuff that's going on in life, I'm really struggling to answer all the messages in my Flosstube videos. I'll be completely honest. I mean, for those of you that are connected to me via my blog, which basically I just haven't uploaded recently at all, and for those that are connected to me on Facebook, you'll know that as far as social media is concerned, I'm like off the grid. You know, I barely post anything. I don't really go on any of the sites. I mean, I scroll through and I look and I say, oh, that's nice, and you know, see what's going in within Stitch Mania and some, you know, and Heaven and Earth Designs and some of the other Facebook pages, but I don't tend to comment very often. I just don't have time. So I'm really sort of just not there. I'm watching in the distance, but I'm not actually physically participating. And the reason for that is if I was to get myself too involved with actually commenting and the social media and uploading all of that stuff, I just wouldn't have any I just don't have the time to do it. You know, I can't do it when I'm on the train. I tend to lose my reception and my connection. Most of the time now I'm working when I'm on the train, so I've actually got my laptop out and I'm working. So again, I can't use my commute as part of my hobby. So therefore, obviously now when I'm uploading the videos, and then obviously because I've always tried to answer everyone individual comments, there's a lot of time that goes into making sure that you've answered everyone. So I'm going to pose a question to you, lovely lot. If I was to upload videos and you lovely lot send me so many messages, I love the comments, I really love the comments. So I'd hate to lose the comments because I love the comments. But unless you ask me a specific question, if I was to just stick the little heart on to say I've read it and I like it and thank you so much, would you be offended if I did that instead of actually saying hi, thank you so much for your message? Do you think? I'm just trying to think of a way to make it so that when I upload the video, you know, if anyone's got an actual question or wants me to answer something, then of course, you know, for those I will ping back. But some of the videos, depending on how much stitching I've done, this one's probably going to get like 2 comments, like, Teresa, don't talk to us unless you've got some stitching to do, and stitching to show us, because that was boring. But for some of the videos, you know, I can get sort of anywhere between 125 to sort of 350 comments, which you think, oh, you know, that's nice, and it is, it's fabulous, but you want to be the one answering all that. You know, especially when you're trying to sort of work and stitch and garden and do house chores and family stuff. So yeah, hold on, it looks like my child. What is it, child? Oh, the boyfriend's here. Hold that thought, I'm not talking to you while he's here. Okay, the boyfriend just arrived. So she was like, Mum. Gotta love them, haven't you? So sorry, like I was saying, I'm thinking that rather than try and answer or, you know, comment individually to absolutely every comment to make life a little easier, so that when I post in the videos, maybe, you know, I get a bit more time for stitching. And when it's just to say, you know, Teresa, you know, great job. Would you be offended if I didn't answer? I mean, I'm interested to find out how many of you actually like the fact that I send the messages back, or how many of you would be like with Teresa, you know, we send a message and, you know, as long as you like it, we don't care. But for those that obviously ask me or pose a specific question about something, then obviously, yes, I'll sit there and actually answer the question. I'm just trying to find a way to do this so that I can make sure I stay consistent and still answer people. I don't want people to sort of think, oh, well, because all of a sudden after years of doing Flosstube, she's not actually commenting, she just hits a like button for my comment, whether anyone would be offended by that. So I'm interested to find out, and then obviously I can make a decision from there. So on that note, that's all I've got to share and all I've got to say, I'm afraid. The plan is to... are you back again?
I'm hungry. I need a fork.
Meet the child. Say hi, child.
Hi.
This is Lauren.
Aren't we alike?
Bye, child.
See you later.
Do you think we're alike? She's a diamond. So anyway, right, there you go. You've met one of the family. On that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. Garden slideshow comes next for those that are, you know, not already bored to death now already. Planning is to do another update in a month's time. Hopefully I'll have a little bit more stitching done. My plan is that I will try, but again, I say that every time, it never works out that way. But I hope you're all well. I hope you're having a fabulous, fabulous spring, and that, you know, you're all enjoying some sunshine now, and that, you know, temperature, apart from those in Australia, you know, your winter's coming. We're just heading out of there, so I'm so pleased, and I'm sorry for you all. There's no retreats due yet, so there's nothing to update you on. There are a lot of retreats that I've booked up for, so there's going to be plenty going on through the course of the year. But I'll update you with that as we go. So take care all, and have a lovely stitchy time, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye for now.